Have you ever wondered why some homes look good but don't feel good to be in? Well, a lot of it has to do with what's inside, and whether there are things that make you feel safe, comfortable and energized, or uneasy, frustrated and drained. So for the past week, I've put together a concise list of 46 problems that are in a lot of homes that I think every homeowner or renter should fix, and exactly how to fix them. Some are boring, some are even obvious, but I can pretty much guarantee there's going to be at least one item on this list that you've never even thought about. So in no particular order, problem 1, fire risk, fixed by a fire blanket. So you can put out fires like this and not like this. Problem 2, interrupted sleep, fixed by a white noise machine. So you don't get woken up by other people's fires like this. Problem 3, not being able to fall back asleep after a nighttime bathroom visit, which can be fixed by a motion detecting nightlight. According to the Sleep Foundation, nocturia, otherwise known as waking up in the middle of the night to pee, affects around 40% of adults. And so the last thing you want when this happens is to be blasted by your bright, cool bathroom light at 3 AM in the morning, which ends up keeping you awake for the next hour and a half. As I know, when I have a bad night, my whole next day sucks, and it sucks for everyone else who's forced to be around me too, which isn't a great recipe for a healthy existence. And so, with a motion detecting nightlight, it stays off completely during the day, while emitting just the right amount of light at night when and where you need it. Problem 4. Wet countertops, which can be fixed by automatic soap dispensers, so you can wash your hands and dishes like this and not like this. Problems 5 and 6. Bad bedroom lighting and insufficient sleep pressure, which can be fixed with bedside lamps and outlet remotes. Now, this one might seem obvious, and I promise these aren't all going to be about sleep, but bright light and bedtimes simply don't mix, and you want to be able to control this as soon as you enter into your bedroom and as soon as you're ready to fall asleep. And outlet remotes, which can be controlled by 2 remotes, allow you to do exactly this. Problems 7 and 8. Harsh living room ceiling lights and multiple dimmer switches, fixed by low-level lighting equipped with dimmable Smartbulbs. Now, something that every homeowner and renter should know is that ceiling lights are purely functional. They're literally just there so you can see. They don't care how they look or how they make you feel. Living rooms should make you feel cozy, comfortable and relaxed, so low-level lighting scattered around the room is essential, and dimmable smart bulbs let you turn on and dim all of these lamps at once, which should have your living room feeling more like a high-end hotel lobby than a dentist's waiting room. Problem 9. Poor deep sleep, fixed by full-length blackout bedroom curtains. This is because most blinds simply don't do their job, whereas curtains offer complete coverage, which means that there's complete darkness, increased thermal insulation, and better acoustics, all while looking for the most part a lot better too. Problem 10. Corner windows, which can be fixed with room divider kits, which allow you to hang curtains up if you can't drill a curtain track into your landlord's ceiling. Problem 11. Dead disposable batteries, which can be fixed using a USB-C rechargeable battery charger for endless, quick and convenient swaps. Problem 12. Paper management, which can be fixed using an automatic document feed scanner. Now, this thing is an absolute must in my household, as it turns even the biggest documents, invoices or letters into digital PDFs effortlessly. Now, I got hand-delivered this fat document recently, which I won't get into, but I simply didn't want to have to scour all the way through this thing. So all I did was simply remove the staples, feed it through this thing, and then I got ChatGPT to summarize it. It was amazing, and it saved me so much time. I enjoy using this thing so much that, in my opinion, it's way more important than even owning a printer, and so this becomes an absolute essential for a paperless home. Problem 13. Unreliable and difficult measurements, which can be fixed using a laser measure. These things are so much easier and more reliable to use than a tape measure, especially when covering long distances, making it more likely that you actually measure things before you buy them so that they end up being the right size, and making it more likely that you install things in the right place first time. Problems 14 and 15. Bare and lifeless walls and destructive wall fixings, which can be easily fixed by a picture hanging kit or claw hangers. Now, unfortunately, these fixings only really apply to homes that have drywall, but they are so easy to use, it makes it way more likely that you're going to actually want to hang things on your walls, because they're basically damage-free, and when paired with a laser measure, it makes putting things up on your wall almost effortless. Problems 16 and 17. Messy entryways caused by shoe storage and coat storage. Easily fixed with shoe shelves and heavy-duty command hooks for the backs of doors, which work great in bathrooms and bedrooms too. Problem 18. Unsightly laundry baskets, which can be fixed with hanging laundry bags in closets or hidden behind doors too. Problems 19, 20 and 21. Messy bedroom drawers, kitchen drawers and office drawers. Fixed using spring-loaded drawer dividers, cutlery organisers and organising trays. Problems 22 and 23. Never knowing where to put things or where to find things, which can be easily fixed by clear storage boxes and an embossing label maker, which are perfect for storing things like small tools, wires and supplies. Problems 24 and 25. Never knowing where to put small things or where to find small things, which can be easily fixed using permanent markers and Ziploc bags, which allows you to group lots of smaller items together in order for them to be stored amongst your bigger items. Problem 26. Not being able to easily access where anything is. Now, this one's important because friction is the #1 reason as to why things get left out in the first place. So it's really helpful having shelving or cupboards of some sort that fit and clearly organise all of the boxes that you bought for them. Now, I personally really like collapsible shelves for this because they're super inexpensive, rock solid, adaptable, and collapsible. And if you don't like the way that they look, they hide away perfectly inside closets, garages, or storage units too. Problem 27. Bad, time-consuming coffee. Easily fixed by the OXO Rapid Brewer. Now, this is actually the product that sparked the idea for this whole video, thanks to a brewing method that's kind of going viral in the coffee community right now, called soup, aka espresso, only unpressurized. Now, the whole benefit to this is that you basically get something that tastes kind of like half espresso and half filter coffee, except without the expense and space required for an espresso setup, or the patience and inconsistency that comes with immersion brewing. I've found that I can throw in a 34-gram dose into this thing and essentially get out a quadruple shot to split between my wife and I that's both delicious and consistent, all ready in less than 30 seconds, which is exactly the thing that we both need first thing in the morning. And because it's essentially the same strength as espresso, it's unlocked flat whites, cortados, americanos, all while making my coffee taste infinitely better. And because it's so small, it's also great for travel and taking to work too. Highly recommend. Problem 28. Questionable drinking water. Fixed by a water filter. Now, quick story break here. Once in our old apartment, the city were doing some pipe work, and this is what came out of the taps afterwards. And what's crazy is that it took forever to run clear, which is pretty scary because I only noticed this because I poured tap water into a glass, and I'm quite sure that a lot of people in our building didn't even notice. Problem 29. Too many dishes and not enough space to store them. Easily fixed by stacking glass food containers for both storing food and eating food, saving both cupboard space and cleanup too. Problem 30. No time to read. Fixed by a small bathroom Bluetooth speaker, which is loud enough for in-shower knowledge acquisition through audiobooks and podcasts, or simply for listening to music. Problems 31, 32 and 33. procrastination, distraction, and overwhelm. And I found no better fix for this than post-it notes, a manual timer, and noise-cancelling headphones for 25-minute Pomodoro work sessions, where with this method, even if you tell yourself I'm only going to work for 5 minutes, you almost always end up doing more. Problem 34. Brain fog, helped by a CO2 sensor and humidistat. I heard of a study recently that showed that elevated CO2 levels can reduce cognitive performance by around 20%, which is similar to having a couple of beers on your lunch break and losing over an hour of productivity each day, which is time I personally would much rather spend not working, which is why I keep one of these CO2 monitors on my desk to remind me to crack open a window or simply for peace of mind. Problems 35 and 36. Messy sink areas and awkward dishwashing. Fixed using a sink caddy and a dish brush. Now honestly for me, I just don't want to have to get my hands soapy just to wash one item. And some of you might find this funny, but I recently realised that a dish brush lets you do this. Also while actually getting deep enough for you to clean your bottles too. I honestly didn't realise how much I would use one of these things until I got one, but because they're a little bit ugly, having a sink caddy keeps all of these dishwashing items organised and out of sight. Problem 37. Exposed wires and extension leads, hidden using a cable tidy box. Problems 38 and 39. Unsightly outlets and awkward plugs. Fixed using a sleek socket or a rotating outlet extender. Now this is mostly a North America problem because the UK has far superior plugs, but these two products for North American outlets are perfect for behind furniture or on top of countertops to direct wires the correct way, which is downwards and not outwards. Problems 40, 41 and 42. Fixing, drilling and assembling things using a cordless drill, drill bits and a screwdriver set. Honestly, if you don't know how to use a drill, it's time to get one right now. Just these tools are used for almost 99% of DIY tasks, and it makes things like assembling IKEA furniture so much easier. So get one and get comfortable using it, and you'll be surprised as to just how much more capable you end up feeling knowing that you can take care of your own home and pretty much everything else inside of it. Problems 43 and 44. Being too scared to make holes in your walls and too scared to patch them. Easily solved using a stud finder and spackling. The stud finder gives you the confidence to do this without hitting a pipe or a wire, and the spackling gives you the confidence to make it disappear in almost an instant. Problem 45. Not enough space or time to exercise. Easily fixed through compact exercise equipment. Now, I get it. Sometimes exercise can suck, and getting yourself to the gym during winter only makes things harder, especially if you're a parent. But because health is wealth, and both my wife and I realize that we are so much more happy, confident, and capable when we get enough exercise in, it's become a complete non-negotiable for our relationship. And these days, there's simply so much compact exercise equipment that you can hide around the house. And some of these things have completely removed any friction around exercise for the both of us. And it also makes it way more likely that we end up finding the time for it, especially at the end of a long day. Problem 46. Lack of direction. Fixed by a library. Now there's this famous quote by Isaac Newton, which says, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." And possibly the highest return on investment thing that you can possibly do to improve your life is read. Now, personally, I found that by placing a Kindle on my bedside table, it allows me to read distraction and blue light free, while horizontal with my entire library at my fingertips, which not only gets me off my phone to wind down for a better night's rest without being tempted into scrolling Instagram, but this practice also provides real guidance and insight. So if you're not already an avid physical book reader, I like that with ebooks, you can not only access them on your Kindle, but also on your computer, tablet, or phone too if you don't have your Kindle handy, where book purchases are not only delivered instantly, but even shareable with your family members' libraries. So essentially, you and your partner can even read the same title simultaneously. And one thing I'm going to ask of you is that if you got helped with at least one thing in this video, let me know by dropping a like. And of course, I've left links to everything mentioned in this video down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and YouTube reckons you'll enjoy this next one too.